Apple and Google and Meta are trying to perfect a science fiction gadget. The universal by the way translator and for the case show like Star Trek and novels like the Guide to the Galaxy have showcased by the way showcased functional and universal translators and capable by the way of seamlessly converting any language into English and vice versa. What happened? By the way, now by the way, those gadgets once limited to works of science fiction are edging by the way close to reality during its iPhone unveiling event on Tuesday. And Apple, by the way, Apple included a video of many travelers' dream scenario, and they showed by the way an English speaking and tourist buying flowers in an unnamed Spanish and speaking country. And the florist, because the florist addressed the tourist in Spanish, but what the tourist heard was in clear and coherent English. Today, today, by the way, today all the red carnations are 50% off, and the tourist heard in English in her headphones at essentially the same time, by the way, that the clerk was speaking. And the video, by the way, was marketing materials for Apple's latest AirPods Pro 3. But the feature is one of many of its kind coming from tech companies that also include Google Parent, and Alphabet, and Meta, and which owns Facebook and Instagram. And technology, by the way, technological advancements and spurred by the arrival of OpenAI and ChatGPT in late 2022 have unheard in an era by the way of generative artificial intelligence. And almost 3 years later, by the way, those advancements are resulting in real-time language translator for Apple Live. Translation is a key selling point for the AirPods Pro 3, and which is a company, by the way, unveiled on Tuesday, and is a new $250 AirPods go on sale next week. And with live translation, by the users will be able to immediately hear French and German and Portuguese and Spanish translated to English. And by the way, live translation will also arrive as an update to AirPods 4 and AirPods Pro 2 on Monday. And when two people, by the way, two people are speaking to each other wearing AirPods, the conversation can be translated both ways, by the way. Simultaneously inside each users and headphones. In Apple's, by the way, video demo, it looked like two people talking to each other in different languages. And analysts, by the way, are excited that the feature could mark a step forward for Apple's AI strategy. And the translation feature, by the way, needs to be paired with a new enough iPhone to run Apple Intelligence and Apple's AI software suite. Wow, okay. And by the way, if we can actually use AirPods for live translations, that's a feature, by the way, that would actually get people to upgrade and DA division. Analyst Jill Loria told the CNBC on Wednesday, told that by the way, translation is emerging as a key battleground in the technology industry as AI gets good enough to translate languages as quickly as people speak. And but Apple, by the way, but Apple is not alone. Not alone, Apple, by the way. And in the past year, Google, by the way, and Meta have also released hardware products and featuring real-time translation capabilities. And Google's, by the way, Pixel 10 phones. 10 phones has a capability that can translate what a speaker is saying to the listener's language during phone calls. That feature, by the way, called Voice Translate, is designed to also preserve the speaker's voice inflections, and the voice translate will start showing up, by the way, on people's phones through a software update on Monday. Okay, what happened next? What happened next? By the way, in Google's live demo in August, Voice Translate, by the way, was able to translate a sentence from entertainer Jimmy Fallon into Spanish, and it actually sounded like the comedian. And Apple's, by the way, feature doesn't try to imitate the user's voice. That's fine. In the meanwhile, Meta, by the way, in May announced that its Ray-Ban Meta glasses and would be able to translate what a person is saying in another language using the device's speakers. And the other part, by the way, in the conversations, would be able to see translated responses and transcribed on the user's phone. Thank you so much. Have a nice time and a great day. Thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.